Hello everyone, we've come to Friday, the last day of the second full week of Advent, and look where we are. I'm peering over the edge of the manger and to look in and see the Christ child laying there. And it reminds me that this is the central focus of this celebration of Christmas, isn't it? That in a little tiny newborn, a brand new baby, God comes and is represented and is present. And that's what we come to Christmas for. So the question today is, what's the inherent promise in Jesus coming as a baby? I'm going to give you 4 options, none of which are options that are exclusive from the other. They all exist, I think. I think in Jesus as a baby, God turns all of our expectations upside down. People thought that Jesus would be coming as a warrior on a white stallion, literally, and that didn't happen. He came as a brand new baby in a rough barn and manger in Bethlehem. And that turns all of our expectations upside down about God, but it also allows us to feel that God is not trapped by our expectations. We go God's way, and this is where we go when God shows us his way. So that's number 1. Number 2, I can't help but believe that Christ came as a baby, God came as a baby, because a baby needs to be cared for in every single way. And that's the way God wants us to be as people with our whole lives. He wants us to be so caring, so willing to be gentle, so willing to see where people have needs and respond to them and do them in such a way that it is so life-giving. That's number 2. Number 3, God comes in a baby because God wants to be present from the very beginning of every aspect of our lives and to show us that he knows everything about us from the very beginning to the very end. And if that isn't comforting, I don't know what is. And then 4th, the primary promise that God, all of God, the infinite, holy God, comes to earth, comes into our lives in the flesh, just like us, one of us and one with us, so that we can know that God is as close to us as our touch and as our care and as our love and as our joy for this little child who comes into the world to save us. So here we are on this Friday, and it is a glorious day. And I want you to think about, in these next days leading up to Christmas, the power of this little baby, Jesus, who is God, the infinite God of the universe, in the flesh, here for you and me, and for the whole world. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. And I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye-bye.